Hello, hello, Facebook. It is Wellness Wednesday, and I'm going to try an experiment here. As you know, if you follow me for any length of time, on Wednesdays, I come on in a live broadcast with Dr. Fawn, who is a near and dear friend of mine. She's also my chiropractor. And we are going to try to come in as nope, I'm not thinking we're going to be able to do this. We want to do a dual broadcast where she pops in with me and we share our topic for the day. But I don't even see, hi Fawn, I don't see a way. Oh, I think it's going to work. Yay, yay, yay. So I'm adding Fawn and we'll see what happens. We'll see. And I don't know. Is it adding Fawn or not?
Now, I'm here.
Yay!
In your face.
So,
how do I get away? There we go.
You see me?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
I can see you.
Here's what I'm also going to do. I am going to go onto my personal page as well. So with my computer. So it'll be interesting. I'll be looking at my computer. I'll be looking at you. So because I don't know. I mean, I didn't get an opportunity today. It's been crazy to post that we were going to be coming on this page tonight and doing our live broadcast. But hold on. Hi, Facebook. It's Lori Hoy here. And no, this is really weird. I'm going to be looking at two different places, but it's Wellness Wednesday. And as you know, if you followed us for any length of time, hi guys. Fun. Jennifer and I come on and we share some things with you, some things that are on our mind or some things that we've learned. But our broadcast tonight will be on my fitness page, the Full Fit Life page. So if you're tuning in here on my personal page, go to my Full Fit Life page right now. I don't care. I know that you're watching me, but go there now because she's there waiting for me, actually. So, hi, guys. So, go over to that page and our topic for this evening, all right? So, Paul, Kelly, and Christina, who are watching so far, go to my personal page, go to my Full Fit Life page, and you'll catch my live broadcast with Dr. Fawn, okay? Go, now, go, and invite people.
We'll figure this out one way or another. We're winging it.
I am going to put it in the comments that we are there. Oh, my son. Okay, Full Fit Life. He is in Daytona, and you're tuning in. What?
Yeah, shouldn't he be doing something else at this time on spring break night?
Probably.
Hi, Ange. Hi, Shanda. I think I saw Susan too.
So we're getting some people. All right, awesome. So, all right, guys that are on my personal page, go to my Full Fit Life page, Lori Hoy at Full Fit Life. Okay, it's in the comments. See you there. Okay.
Oh, we got Dolly too. Hi, Dolly.
I hope that works. So yeah, and I'm seeing some people. You know what? It's funny, Fawn. The last time that I heard about inviting a viewer on, like we're doing, you couldn't do it from what they call the public figure page or the like page, which is like a business page. But obviously, it's working now, which I'm so excited about.
Cool.
So that we can get to it here. And that way we can get the word to more people that way, because you're able to do that with this kind of an account. You can send it to a certain specific area. So we can tag Lock Haven, and cool. Everybody in the Haven area will get it. So
I love it. And I like doing it later at night because more people can see us too. They're not working when we're so.
Yeah, me too. And I was kind of basking in the glow of my dinner. Sorry.
I know, I saw your dinner.
Got a little bit later, but it was really good. But so for those of you that just tuned in, you all know, if you've watched this for any length of time, there are certain types of foods we don't eat, and pizza is one. But I had pizza tonight with an almond pizza crust mix, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It wasn't Pizza King. It wasn't Pizza King. But it was a great alternative, and I'm still not going to say how many pieces I had. So just don't even right there. So,
Hi,
anyway,
Candy and Christina and Kathy.
oh, you're seeing
I'm saying hi to
pop
everybody.
in. I'm not. Okay, so
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay, that's all right. All right, but people are coming over, so yay. All right, so
Okay.
anyway, welcome everybody to Wacky Wellness
Wacky Wellness Wednesday.
Well, I'm a little happy, and that was what I titled this, Choose Happy. Today we're going to talk about a topic that can be a little bit, what's the word?
Sensitive.
I like.
Yeah, maybe.
Privilege.
Yeah. Yes, that's more like it.
Yeah.
Because, Lori and I spend a whole lot of time telling you guys, any type of change you want to make in your life, you can make all the goals and all the action steps to get there that you want, but a lot of your actual progress starts with yourself and with your own head. And I know you've seen our Wellness Wednesdays on, affirmations and meditation and keeping yourself positive and happy. And that's great. And that's where you have to start with inside your own self. If you can't, you gotta really look inside yourself to get yourself to a state of mind that, where you need to be positive and you need to have a positive outlook on life in order to get to your, new healthy, positive goals in life. And so that's where this show comes in, because sometimes there's some things in there that you can't really control, because there are people in our lives that tend not to be as positive as we try to be, and they aren't doing the same positive, uplifting things that we do every day, right?
Right. And I'm not going to sit here and tell a lie and say that I am extremely ecstatic and happy every minute of the day. I'm being honest with you. I try my best to be as positive as I can, but there are just certain things that we let get under our skin and things like that. But what I try not to do is put that on other people.
Right.
I try my best. Not my best. Doesn't always happen, but I try my best. So
exactly. Well, we're always a work in progress, but we at least know that we're working on it. And we know, we're going to have bad days. We both have bad days. We vent to each other sometimes, but the point is, we know we want to have more positive than negative in our life. And we are working towards that every day, because we're just gradually works in progress to become more positive and see the positive in life instead of focusing on the negative, because we all have negative. But it's just a matter of whether you can actually pick out the positives that are in there when you're having a really bad day.
So, like, for instance, today, I wake up and there's snow on the ground, and I'm so ready for spring. So I was really thinking deep, like, how could I make that positive today? And I decided not to say anything.
You could say it wasn't a snow day and you don't get an extra day on the end of your summer or something like that.
Or we didn't get feet of snow like some people did. And there are some people that are still without power. So I had to go, and yes, I had to think of the fact that we didn't have that, fortunate or unfortunate, depending on which side of that, that debate you're on. Some people love snow and they want it as well. But there are a lot of things that wedge our way in. And I know for a lot of people, a place that negativity can creep into you is in your workplace.
Yeah, a little bit.
What do you think?
Well, I hire my workplace people, so. But you have more people. But you're right. Like, you can have negative people around you, whether it's in your family, whether it's at your work. And sometimes, step one is recognizing that they're the negative Nancy, right? Like, we all have those people in our lives that you just know when you walk into a room with them, you're like, okay, you got to like put your armor on or something, because that the first things out of their mouth are going to be, it's crappy weather, it's snowing, and they just spew negativity. So, I hate to say it, but there are people like that. We all know one. And I know exactly when I said that, everybody thought of the person that they know is like that. Or the 10 people.
I think when you were thinking about saying it, I already thought about who that could be.
See? So, but you know, we can't control them. We can't tell them that they need to be, I mean, we can tell them, but they might not listen. But you know, but you have to recognize that if you choose to spend your day with more people that are more negative than anything, what's that going to do to you? Like, because you're trying, if you're truly trying to get yourself into a better mood and look at the positives, and you're just surrounded by this rain cloud of somebody or somebodies that are just negative Nellies all the time, that's not good for your own mental health either. So just
Yeah.
first,
You're frozen. Okay. That's all right. I think I'm frozen. I don't know. Maybe it was me. You still there? Okay, we're good. All right. So yeah, and so one of the things that I know I've learned through just reading, listening to podcasts is that we are physiologically, I want to say psychologically, we're physiologically wired to think negative. So it actually takes practice to think positive all the time. Have you ever read that?
Yeah, right. I heard that on a podcast the other day. Because if you think about it, back in the caveman days, they say like, okay, so if you and your friend are out in the woods and you eat, and your friend eats these berries and your friend dies, then you're going to know, I shouldn't eat those berries. So your body focuses on the bad stuff because it needs to remember that to keep you alive. Or, you know, if you're walking through the woods and there's a den of, you know, bears hanging out there, and again, your friend doesn't make it, you're going to remember, hey, there's a den of bears right there. That was what the podcast said. It was freaking funny. But that's what it's all about. You know, like your body is programmed to remember the negative, so it protects you in some way, shape, or form. But that doesn't mean, I mean, we have a little bit more convenience today. You don't need to focus on the negative quite as much. Oh,
right.
Because Chesney is amazing. Yes. See, I try to train my staff a little bit of all this stuff that I'm teaching you guys. So.
Okay, I can't see the comments. Isn't that odd? Aww. So you can, but I can't. Huh.
I see Evelyn and Carol and.
I can see the computer, but I can't see. I have my computer running now, so I can see comments and I can actually type back if I do. But so hello, Melissa. She said, hey. And Chris, she said, I just can't see. Sorry. I'll respond.
Right. I'll keep up with the ones I can see.
Okay.
But you know, go ahead.
See little icons of everybody's profile picture, which is kind of cool on my phone screen. But anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about. And it's somebody that you have in your life, whether it be work, whether it be a personal relationship in your family. You can start out with the best intentions of being a positive person, but when you throw yourself into that environment, it's kind of like a storm cloud. You know, it's kind of like the gray skies start coming in because, and sometimes it's hard to avoid. So, I mean, I guess one of the things that we could do is try to give some tips of some of the things that we've done or tried to do. So what's something that you've tried to do that if you've surrounded, you know, if you're in a situation where somebody's super negative, what might you do?
Well, I always, if I know I'm going into the situation, you know, I try my best to have a plan for when I get in there, like, because I know that person's going to just start doing negative, talking negative, and I try to have like a couple topics of, you know, something happy or good, or I'll ask them about something happy or good that's going on in their life so that they turn their focus to that. So you can try to control the conversation a little bit, and also at the same point, don't feed into their bad stuff. When they start spewing the bad stuff, don't ask them questions about it. Like, kind of try to redirect them so that and then maybe they'll realize, hey, there really is some good stuff in my life. So if you can be the person that points that out to them, that's even better, right? How about yourself?
And I think a lot of times what's behind that negativity, or just I'm going to say it, I'm just going to be real, a bunch of excuses.
Yeah.
A bunch of excuses about something that they feel that they can't do. And I just said this to my students today, and they all looked at me because, of course, they're 8 and 9, and they're looking at me, and I said, you know, if you think you can, and if you think you can't, you're right. It's I think Henry Ford, something along that line. So, I mean, if you are someone that you find yourself becoming negative, and you say to yourself, I am a negative person, you will be a negative person. But if you start to train yourself to think of more, or try and find the positive, or say to yourself as an affirmation every day, I am a positive person. I have great things to offer the world, or whatever. I mean, if you just continue to, and it's not just reading them, because I fell into that trap. I fell into the trap of, I have an app that sends me a daily affirmation every day. And not every single one resonates with me, just kind of like sometimes my daily meditation doesn't resonate. So I'll be like, yeah, and I'll pass it on. There are some that I will write down. But the key is, it's saying it out loud. It's actually saying those things out loud to change the way your brain hears it, sees it, focuses in on it.
Absolutely. And yep, yeah. Got to say it every single day. Today is a great day. And then you know, you're looking for the great in the day, right?
Like, I love my job.
I love my job. I do love my job.
There was a colleague the other day that we were just going through a moment. You know, you can have those moments. It's the moment shouldn't last 24/7. That's the difference. And it was just some, you know, things that are outside of what I call my circle of control. There's some things that are going on outside what I can control. And she was like, I love my job. I love my job. I love my job. And I just had to chuckle because I knew we were going to be doing this topic tonight. And so I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, and that's something that I try to do. And I'm not, again, not perfect at it all, but I just do. I put my arms out like this, you know, like in Dirty Dancing. This is my dance space. This is your dance space kind of thing. But when I put my arms out, this is it. This is all I can control. Everything that's in here is all I control. Everything else outside, I can't control. So I can either be irritated and whatever about those things, or I can just focus in on what I can control, and I can change how I approach it, the thoughts I have during that situation or whatnot. And that's essentially it. I mean, that's basically all you really can do. I mean, there's some other things, and we can touch on those, but they aren't as, they're prickly.
Yeah, right. Well, there's also, prickly. I mean, as sad, I mean, one of the prickly things is, you know, as sad as it is to say, you could try to distance yourself from that negative person a little bit. I'm not saying cut them completely out of your life, but, you know, don't you surround yourself with more positive people and more and make more time for them than you make for the negative people, as much as that sounds prickly. But that there's nothing wrong with that too. Like, I have a group of friends that if I'm having a bad day, if I go out and just have dinner with them, like they're so fun, and that you do nothing but laugh. And those are the kinds of people you need in your life. Because if I would have a bad day and I'd go hang out with the negative people, then my bad day would like multiply by like 100, I'm sure. So there's someone, there's a comment. Hang on.
And I think
Carol Park says, hang on, there's someone that I work with, and when she comes in, you just know it's going to be bad. And my first reaction is to make the face, but I choose to tell myself no. I can't read the rest of the comment, but it says, but you're right.
It says, I found
nothing wrong with that.
I start off with a positive comment. So far, it's working. So she starts off with a positive comment, and then she said it's starting to work. And that, you know, it can change other people too. So if we're negative back, I mean, obviously that person's going to continue to be negative, right?
Right.
You know, even complimenting that person, even if they don't take it, and even if they go, oh yeah, this whole thing, just smile, give them a compliment on your merry way. I mean, there was one other thing that I did, and I don't know where I heard it, and I tested it, and it was just, you know, trying to do things to make other, you know, not make other people, I mean, obviously I'm not forcing them to, but just maybe try to enhance the moment that you're around them. And I did it at the grocery store. And, you know, you go to the grocery store and everybody's got a name tag on. And I was, you know, I was up getting my groceries paid for, going through the line, and the cashier, you know, she, you know, said something to me, and I at the end of the conversation used her name, and you should have seen her face. I mean, it just lightened up. just by naming someone. So just by calling out that person and saying something nice to them can deflate that negativity. It can maybe possibly turn it around over time. So that's a great strategy, Carol. I mean, that was I'm hoping it continues to work for you, because sometimes things don't, but we can just try to be better every day.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
so the other thing that you can take from, like, at least for your own, again, the things that you can control,
Mhm.
when you think of those negative people, that's when you can start to say, okay, what of those things do I do? Do I do that? Do I,
Mhm.
when somebody walks in and it's raining and you say, oh gosh, look at the rain, like, it at least can make you more aware of the things that you might do, that realize that you're spouting some negativity sometimes, to at least check yourself, kind of. But again, you can't control
No,
other people, but
right. I say,
yeah.
actually, I just heard that. I think I was listening to, it's a new book that I'm listening to, Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown. And she was mentioning that sometimes and this was about jealousy, but I think it can also play into what we're talking about. When you notice that about somebody else, when you notice that somebody else is being super negative and it's about a specific thing, sometimes you are actually feeling that inside. You may not be expressing it, but you might be feeling that. So it could be, that, like you said, you are seeing that in somebody else because maybe deep down inside you're having those same feelings too. That makes
Very true.
sense.
Very true. It does.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So at least let you um, take poll of your own feelings and what you're actually thinking. And, just because you don't say it doesn't mean it's not in there sometimes, right?
That's right. Right. And I
Yeah,
remember being told, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. So we try to do
absolutely.
that, but
Yeah.
and I think with the state of where we are in our country, and things that are going on, I mean, yeah, we can sit back and watch the news, and we can complain about what our government's doing, or what food companies are doing, or what the motor vehicle companies are doing that aren't serving us. But that's not helping the situation. All it's doing is frustrating us more. So it's
Absolutely.
even those things, and they are to a certain extent outside of our control. I mean, as far as our government's concerned, yes, we can go and we can vote and do those types of positive things, or run ourselves, which no,
No.
not interested. Running for office.
No.
So I barely want to, but anyway. So I don't know. I mean, are there any other physiological things that you know of that contribute to being negative? I mean, could there be chemical imbalances in that respect, or can food have an effect on your mood?
Well, that's for sure. We definitely see that again, in our Whole30 that I do, that Lori basically does and, talks about. That's one of the things I tell people to watch for. We cut out foods that can be irritating to our bodies. And when you add them back in, I tell people to watch. And I've actually had people tell me when they add certain foods back in, they notice they're grouchier and they're angry, and their mood changes for the worse. So there is definitely a link between your gut and your brain and your emotions and all of that kind of stuff. So don't discount that if you're not healthy, if you're not putting healthy stuff in you, you might not be getting healthy stuff out of you in many, many ways, right? So
Right.
yeah, that's actually surprising. I actually did get that from a lot of people in my Whole30 groups, that
Oh,
they
wow.
weren't happy people when they added things back in. And I think a lot of it has to do with you know, the sugar devil that we talk about, and
Right.
how you crave it, and when you can't have it, then once you've cut it out and you're used to not having it, and then you add it back in, your body goes into like addiction mode again, and it's like, okay, I need the sugar, and if you can't get the sugar, then you get grouchy, and I think it has something to do with that.
Right.
But
So
so
so basically, to recap, if I think back, we've given like 3 tips that you can do to try to avoid people who are negative or a negative situation and choose happy. One is to limit the time that you spend with that particular person or people or environment as much as you can. Another tip was, we just mentioned, maybe trying to, if you feel that you're, there are certain days of the week, or I don't know, certain times of the month where you feel you're grouchier, or your outlook is more negative than normal. Try looking at what you're eating through those days and see if that's going to make a difference by changing that up. Now, you know what? I just lost the third one.
It was go into the situation and try to yes. Put a positive spin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it.
Be proactive. Yeah. Thank you. So the three tips for you to help you choose happy, or to enter into a situation that you might not want to because you know that negative aura is there swarming. Right?
Exactly. So don't let it eat away at your goals and your positivity. So.
No, because it's not, in the long run, that's not going to help you get there any faster.
Right.
So, all right, Fawn. Well, thank you so much for joining again tonight. We tried this, and this might be helpful. I'm hoping that this time is going to be better for people. We'll stick probably around 7:30 if that works, and if not, we'll go a little bit later if that works for you. I mean, I'm good usually on Wednesday nights at this time, and the rest of the people that are tuning in, and we appreciate you tuning in. If there's anything that we mentioned that might help somebody out there or needs to hear this, because maybe they don't know that they're negative,
right?
And you want to share, feel free to share. Please feel free to comment or put their name in the comments as well, and tag them. And we appreciate it, because all we're trying to do is to share, things that we do in our lives to make us better people every day, so that we can help you become better people every day.
Absolutely. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
All right. We'll see you later.
Have a great night. See ya.
Bye.